Meta launched Muse Image AI on a Tuesday. By Friday, it was dead.
3 days. That's how long it took a $1.7 trillion company to cave. Now, here's why it went so badly for them, and what it reveals about who actually has the power in this AI era.
Spoiler alert, it's not you.
Quick background. Muse Image AI was released on July 7th of 2026. The idea? @mention any public account, and you can generate content using that user's images. So their face, their art, their kids, doesn't matter.
Everyone was opted in by default. You wouldn't even know if someone used your photos. And the only way out was to find the opt-out function buried somewhere in the settings.
Privacy International, a charity/watchdog for tech, called this out for what it was. The latest sign that AI companies see people's images and data as raw material to exploit. For 20 years now, publicly posting on social media meant that other people could see your content. It was just part of the social contract. I mean, we all read those terms and conditions, didn't we?
The biggest lie we ever tell ourselves.
And others.
Well, Meta just rewrote that contract without telling anyone. Public now means your photos can train an AI that competes with you. None of us signed up for that.
And here's the kicker. Someone in another country could be generating content from your post right now, and you would never know.
We've all internalized that public means public, but actually Meta just proved that public means your creative work is now raw material for a machine that you didn't consent to feed. That's not a privacy change. That's a redefinition of ownership, and a scary one at that.
For sure. I mean, imagine you're an illustrator and you've built a following on Instagram. You've spent years developing this. You post your work publicly because this is how you get clients, visual medium. And now that work that you've done, that 10 years that you have developed yourself on this space can be co-opted by anyone with a prompt for free. As somebody who has managed content and built followings up from nothing, with a lot of hard work at that, I just find this disturbing.
Absolutely. As a composer, if someone fed my scores into an AI and started generating pieces in my style and selling them without telling me and without paying me, I'd be livid. For visual artists on Instagram, that's not a hypothetical. That's literally a Tuesday.
That said, here's where things got ugly for Meta. Hollywood mobilized.
And the speed it did that at was impressive.
Day one. SAG-AFTRA, so representing about 160,000 performers, released a statement saying that anything other than a clear and conspicuous opt-in is unacceptable and an utter miscalculation of public sentiment.
Utter miscalculation. That's one way of putting it. Another is that you massively misread the room.
Preach. The same day, Creative Artists Agency, an agency that manages megastars like Tom Cruise and Charlize Theron, put out a statement demanding clear, documented consent for any use of image, name, voice, or likeness. United Talent Agency called it exploitation, not innovation. Star spoke out too. Hack star Hannah Einbinder posted to her followers, "Disable this function now."
Notice something though? These people have economic leverage over their own faces, something the average Instagram user just doesn't have.
Very true.
This also ties back to our recent video about deepfakes, linked here and in the description.
So think about it. When a studio wants Tom Cruise's image in a film, there's a contract, there's lawyers, there's millions of dollars. And Meta just sidestepped all of this.
To be fair, SAG-AFTRA's statement encouraged all Instagram users to opt out. They were fighting for everyone. But the mechanisms that killed Muse AI, institutional power, legal teams on retainer, these mechanisms just don't exist for the freelance illustrator or the small photographer, the independent creator.
You're so right, and that actually gets to the crux of the problem sitting underneath all of this.
If Hollywood hadn't reacted, if this was just a problem for regular people, would Meta have pulled it at all?
power talks. And this isn't really a one-off. This is becoming a playbook.
It really is.
And auto opt-in is such a slippery slope. It's extremely problematic that this is how we approach online safety and autonomy. I mean, the EU found that Muse violated parts of the Digital Markets Act. Muse also raised questions about youth safety and the inappropriate use of images. Even with all of this in the background, though, Muse launched with the opt-in as default. Zuckerberg even publicly defended it. Though, with Zuck's double down, even with that, it was DOA before the weekend.
Launch, defend, retreat when the blowback hits. It's ask forgiveness, not permission on a $1 trillion scale.
From a company that's unofficial motto was move fast and break things up until about 2014, this does not surprise me. But here's what really bothers me. Muse Video, a separate AI video generation tool that launched at the same time, is still live. The feature that generated the most noise was pulled. The others, they're still running.
So the real story of those 3 days isn't that Meta launched something terrible. Tech companies do that all the time.
Yeah.
It's that power and clout were the only things that could affect even a partial reversal of that policy.
That's true. And people who don't have that kind of power, well, while you can't use the @ tag to create content and generate it from other people's work, you still are fully opted into Meta Muse AI video.
Now, for those of you who are still here, we have a little bit of a treat. There's a step-by-step guide down in the description on how to shut this feature off. Please use it and share it with anyone you think might find it handy.
So, here's what we want to leave you with. Because this isn't just about Meta, and it isn't about AI images. It's about who gets to define the rules when technology moves faster than the law. And currently, that seems to be whoever shouts the loudest.
If you're a creative person, an artist, a photographer, a musician, a writer, you're already living in a world where your work can be taken, remixed, and sold without your consent. The question isn't whether that's happening. The question is, what can you do about it?
Drop a comment. We want to hear from you. Does this change how you think about putting your work out online? Have you already pulled back or maybe even opted out of these kind of add-ons?
If you like what you heard today, leave a heart in the comments and subscribe. It would really help us out.
And make sure you're following us everywhere on all of our socials. All of our links are in the description.
And next time, we'll be back with something a little different, but just as relevant for anyone trying to make things in this strange new world.
Thank you so much for joining us on The Room for Creativity. We'll see you soon.
See you next time.